Hello, metaloidmonkey here with another exciting 1v1, and this is the third game versus in sadstone's tournament of Sarasvata versus Wild Arms FX. So he started recording this game a little bit late, but you can see from the map spawn that he's going double first, and B, that he's hosting this game since he spawned on the east side of the map. So he says he goes behind his base to get those extra sets of crates that's on his spawn there. And it's good that he's got that crate spawn, because if he didn't have that crate spawn, that fact of the matter is that he's on the wrong side of the map. Because if he was on the other side of the map, he could just walk up to Wild Arms' supply elevator, but in this case he can't, so it's good that he gets the extra crates behind his base. So he clicks up the suicide grunt, and he's going to go over and try to take his supply elevator right away. See, he's rage running over right now. He's probably gonna try to rage down the rebel sniper there, just so his grunt can, well, his arbiter and the grunt will go in the tower, and he can just kill the remaining rebel with his arbiter nice and easily. That way his grunt doesn't die or anything, or doesn't take too much damage on his arbiter. Because the real key thing here is to keep a lot of health on your arbiter. Alright, meanwhile he's just trying to collect crates with his ghost. He still hasn't scouted Wild Arms, so has no idea what he's doing.
I will. All units.
So he's going for a more eco build. I personally might have gone for an earlier building or earlier unit producing structure, like in the fourth slot, because that way you can afford it with the supply hook. So it just works. I just find it works better.
Upgraded. All units.
As you point the way.
Alright, so I see he's going over to the reactor, so maybe a locust rush might be coming. Alright, oh, yep, he's going for a factory, so I think that might be what he's gonna try.
Local units.
Toward glory.
Local units.
No, I mean that's a good option as the Arbiter, but at the same time it can be countered easily, especially since Cutter's going to be having Marines, whether he builds an elephant or he's building hogs in a barracks. And you see there that Wild Arms already got in the reactor, so Spot is countered. It's the simplest way to counter Locust Rush. Don't let him get a reactor. And he sees that Wild Arms already has the supply hook, so Spot is going to go over and try to take his own reactor.
All units. Citadel upgrade complete.
Clicks up a factory there. I probably wouldn't have clicked up a factory. Oh, and there's Wild Arms' hogs. And he goes, but he doesn't have enough money to rage them, so he's going to go delete his factory, but the hogs get away before he could delete the factory and get back to his Arbiter.
Heavy shield. Research. All units.
Using his ghost to help target down those rebels. Make it a bit cheaper for his Arbiter to rage them down the rest of the way.
What now?
I know he's probably going to at least rage the sniper. Yep, there he goes. Yeah.
All units.
Probably gonna try to drop a grunt. Oh, the hog's right at the base, so he's gotta try to get rates to get him off, as opposed to trying to go for the recall. That's a bit of a risky move, whether he's gonna get that grunt or not. It's close, but I don't know. Yeah, no, he's not gonna get that grunt. He's just got too many hogs at the base.
What shall I do?
Now maybe if he used the grunt as a decoy,
all units,
and then recalled his Arbiter and got those hogs, it could have been worth it as opposed to clicking up the Wraith, because now he's losing his supply elevator. He really should have left his ghost over there and scout that out so that he could rage run with his Arbiter and deny the flamethrower from taking his hook.
Complete. Enemy engagement.
Ready.
I mean, at the same time, Wraiths do counter hogs,
What shall I do?
but they don't really counter hogs. They only counter hogs because they have a lot of health, and hogs have a hard time killing them. But, I mean, Wraiths aren't really good at killing hogs. Like, as you see, like, the Wraith just misses a lot of shots as all these hogs around the base. The hogs still have to run, but the Wraith's not doing very much. The Wraith does pick off one hog, but that's because Wild Arms is standing still. So you see he's going for the summit there because he feels that he needs to get real units that are going to actually do something. And since he didn't get in the reactor there, Wild Arms was actually able to run in there while Spotted was distracted, and he was able to put his Marine in that. As soon as UNSC gets in all those hooks versus the Arbiter has like no hook control whatsoever. So it's just really tough. He's in a bad spot. Basically, what has to happen is he needs to get them and needs to hold them like all game. you can't really give up your supply elevator, can't even give up the reactor there. And the fact of the matter is that the UNSC has, Wild Arms in this case has a supply elevator and he has both reactors. That is the worst possible position, aside from having Wild Arms have all four hooks. Actually, he does have all 4 hooks, but Spot is going to go try to take that back right now. Spotted never does, I don't think he even bothers making him, he hasn't done it yet at least, and make a move on Wild Arms' elevator, but I mean, it's a bit hard to get over there, especially with this map spawn.
Going forward.
But he really needs to, I mean, he really needs to be able to just, like, take him out of the hooks, and I personally feel that Jackals are the better option on this map as the Arbiter versus UNSC, just so you can sit at their hook and control your hook at the same time. Or even recall to defend wherever you need to. I mean, if you're the Arbiter and you have both supply elevators, you win. You just do, because the Arbiter can convert that money straight into damage, and it's just really difficult to stop an Arbiter when he's got both elevators.
Boost research.
If it's even possible, for that matter.
Local units. Local units.
So it looks like he's actually with the Wraith there. He's trying to get himself his tech too, so that he can get Scorch on those Wraiths. He's a bit late putting that suicide grunt in the cover there. Well, in the supply elevator. So that's money he could have had, but Wild Arms already has 2 canny tanks over there, and Spotted Arbiter's already pretty weak. Gets a grunt into the tank. That's pretty funny. But I don't think he's gonna be able to do anything with the Arbiter, and yeah, he dies right there. I mean, it's just, I feel like it's just over because he still has Tech 3, at least, and he's already got a canny on his tanks, and he's got quite a few of them, and Spotted doesn't have enough units on the floor to kill that.
All units.
Not to mention that Wild Arms still has hook control.
Show me where.
It would still have been close if Spotted was able to rage down all those tanks, but of course Wild Arms would have dropped his D-bomb, and it would have delayed things.
Circling.
Because Wild Arms doesn't want to push on Sarah's base until he has the D-bomb.
Enemy engagement.
He's got that weak tank at the bottom of the ramp, but I just thought I was going to try to target it down. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it or not.
I see him.
All units.
No, it looks like he just boosted out of there. Yeah, it's probably the better move, because when you're dealing with those few Banshees, it may seem like, oh, I'm going to go target down that tank, but the thing is that you're really just losing too many Banshees. It's just not worth it.
All units.
You want to have enough Banshees to give chase. I'd say you can give chase to a like one-shot tank with about 5 Banshees. That just seems like a good number to use. So Spotted feels that double summit is his real only option in this case, because he's already got tanks, and his Wild Arms already has tanks on the floor, which means the Jackals are pretty much useless. And since they're candy tanks, candy glitch pretty much makes hunters useless, especially because Spotted's only got 1 tech. So I mean, tech 2 hunters can kind of fight him, but it just doesn't work out too well, especially using hunters with the Arbiter. I mean, even if Wild Arms just built like 1 air unit and then just D-bombed, Spotted's got nothing to kill that air unit.
All units.
For the Covenant.
All units.
So he really has this only option of getting a bunch of Banshees up and just hoping it's too many for Wild Arms to take care of. But the thing is that Wild Arms has depots and he has Tech 3. It's kind of like in UNSC mirrors on this map, how you just don't go Hornets because it's too easy to get Tech 3. It's too easy to counter the air units with both reactors on the map.
Enemy engagement.
But the thing is that Spotted still only has Tech 1, so it's not looking good, because he really needs to get Tech 2. He needs to get repeating cannon Banshees, because that'll make it so that Wild Arms can't just mix in like a few Wolverines. And Wild Arms now is just pushing on Spotted's base with about 5 power turret tanks, and it looks like 1 Wolverine right now.
All units.
More Wolverines just got there. So Spotted, I don't think he doesn't think he has like anything to defend this off, because as much as he's got those Banshees, the Wraiths aren't going to get across the map in time, and Banshees and Arbiter is the only option. So he goes back and he recalls, but he recalls it right into rage mode, but the Wild Arms D-bombs just as expected, and he's got 3 Wolverines there to help out to deal with Banshees. And Tech 1 Banshees versus Wolverines and power turret tanks just doesn't work. I mean, power turret tanks alone could take down Tech 1 Banshee. But those Wolverines are just icing on the cake there.
All units.
And yeah, Spotter's just losing all of his Banshees, and he doesn't have shield in his base. And Wild Arms is going to target on the main base because he doesn't want Spotter raging over with his Arbiter. He doesn't want anything to stop him from taking base. Spotter did manage to target down that one-shot tank, but I mean, he just resigns here because that's over.